What's up, everybody? Welcome to LaughNapkin. Today I'll be reading two stories from r/EntitledParents. And the first story is called Entitled Mother and Daughter Get Blacklisted. And after that we have Random Lady Demanded I Let Her Into My House, Took My Phone, and Lied to Police. So let's just jump right into it. Entitled Mother and Daughter Get Blacklisted. I work for a bath and body company, not Bath and Body Works, and I obviously won't be naming this company, but they are on the high-end range. With it being an expensive brand, you can guess that it's not uncommon that we come across entitled people in general. For this story, it's a mother-daughter duo. Let's meet the cast. Entitled mother, entitled daughter, me, manager, corporate worker. This happened on Friday, the 10th of this month, so it was the last business day before Mother's Day. This call took place around 2 a.m. We're a 24-hour call center, so the only day we're closed is Christmas Day. Anyway, let me actually get to what happened now. Me. It's a great day at blank. My name is OP. How may I assist you today? Entitled daughter. It's about damn time someone there answered the phone. What have you been doing? Clearly not your job. I instantly mute myself, sigh, and roll my eyes as I can already tell how this call is gonna go. Also, after midnight, we don't get many calls, and only myself and another person were working as per our usual. Neither of our phones had rang since just after midnight, so I knew she was BSing. Me. I'm so sorry about your wait, ma'am. How may I assist you this evening? Entitled daughter. I want to know when my mother's order is going to be delivered. I paid extra for overnight shipping, and I haven't received the shipping email yet. Me. Of course. May I have the order number? She rattles off the number. I place her on hold as our system was running a bit slow, and I honestly didn't want to listen to her complain about the wait. Anyway, I see the order is sitting unprinted in our system, and I sigh again. I checked the time the order was placed, and it was about 4:30 p.m. that afternoon, which was past our cutoff time for 2 p.m. for overnight and second day shipping. I double check everything, including the price of the order, which was $65, as our current promo granted free second day or $5 overnight shipping, as well as a free full-size item that had been pre-selected. I take a moment to brace myself before I come back online. Me. I see here that the order was placed around 4:30 this afternoon. Is that correct? Entitled daughter. Yes, but that doesn't matter. Don't ask me stupid questions. Me. I'm sorry, ma'am. I was just double checking the information, as unfortunately our cutoff times for expedited shipping is 2 p.m. This order has not been shipped and will not ship until Monday morning. So as she cuts me off and starts screaming about how I need to ship it that instant, and it needs to be delivered by 8 a.m. Saturday morning, or she would have me fired. Me. I'm so sorry, ma'am, but there's no way for us to be able to do so. But I can have your shipping fee refunded and send out 2 more of the free full-size items as an appeasement for this mishap. Entitled daughter. I want a manager. Now, I'm not technically the manager, but as I work night shift, we don't have a manager on duty during our shifts. This being said, my managers will task the person with the most experience as the manager when they're not there. With it only being me and my coworker, I was that person, having worked there for just about 5 years now, and my coworker had started back in November of 2018. Me. I am the manager, ma'am. However, if you would like to speak with another manager, I can take your contact information and have one of them call you in the morning. Entitled daughter scoffs and she starts cussing me out. And I mean, this lady was seriously calling me every name in the book. Our company, while they love to cater to whatever our customers want, allows us to hang up on customers who are acting like this woman was. Me. Ma'am, if you continue to curse at me, I will disconnect this call. Entitled daughter. You will not be doing no such thing, you little person. How dare you think you can hang up on a paying customer who has been with your company since the beginning? I will have you thrown in jail for assaulting me." I rolled my eyes again because she was trying to threaten me with something that would never work in hopes that I would listen. Me: "I'm sorry, ma'am, but I'm disconnecting this call and forwarding the timestamps to our other managers as our calls are recorded. You have a wonderful rest of your evening." And I hang up. I knew this wasn't the end of it, and I told my coworker what had happened and put a note in our system, as per our policy, about the issue, and told my coworker that she can go on her break so that I would be the one to get the call if she did call back. Me: "Mandatory phone greeting here. How may I assist you?" Entitled mother: "Some rude rep just hung up on my daughter, and now she's crying. What are you gonna do about this?" Me: "I'm so sorry about that, ma'am. May I have the name or order number for your daughter so I can see who she last spoke with?" I already knew it was me, but I just played along and looked up the number just for giggles. "Yes, ma'am, I see that I was the one who spoke with your daughter. However, she was cursing and screaming at me, and per our policy, we're allowed to hang up after informing the customer we're gonna do so, which I did." "How dare you, you little effing horrible person!" Here we go again. I think to myself and mute my end of the phone and just let her rant and rage at me for a good 20 minutes. I'm not even joking. I wish I were. I don't even think she took one solid breath the entire time. "So what are you gonna do to fix this?" Me: "As I told your daughter before, I can refund the shipping cost and send 2 extra free full-size items as a one-time appeasement. However, the order will not be arriving until Tuesday, as it won't ship out until Monday." Entitled mom: "That's not good enough. I want our whole order refunded, and I demand it be here tomorrow morning." Me: "I understand your frustration. However, that is simply impossible to do, as our last UPS pickup was at 5 p.m. earlier this evening, and they won't be picking up from us again until Monday morning. If you would like, I could have your order canceled, but still send out the free full-size promos as promised, so you may purchase the paid items at our local store tomorrow when they're open. We aren't allowed to refund a full purchase and still send the items out without manager approval. And while I'm acting manager, I didn't feel comfortable with refunding it without someone else's go-ahead." Entitled mom: "I want your manager." She huffs, and I give her the same rundown I gave her daughter, but I gave both my managers hours for the next day so she knew exactly when to call. She screams like a damn banshee and tells me how I'm gonna be fired and won't ever be allowed to work in customer service ever again, and she hangs up. I sigh in relief of finally being off the phone with them and note my system once more before I send off a lengthy email to both managers telling them the whole situation, as well as the time of both calls, as I know they will want to listen to them. Even though I didn't want to, I went ahead and sent out 3 of the full-size promos, and in the email stated I would refund the shipping once the order had been posted, as I couldn't do it until then. They don't call back again during my shift, and I just forget about the whole thing and go about my day at home. I come back in for my shift that next night, and only one of my managers is in, which is the usual, as our second manager works an earlier shift, and she's always off by the time I come in. Anyway, we will just call her M1 for simplicity. Manager calls me into the office, and I immediately know what for, and I ask her if it's about entitled daughter and entitled mother, and she says yes. She's smiling, so I know that I'm not in any kind of trouble. She tells me that they had called in. Yes, both of them on the same line, so they had it on speaker so they could both talk and listen. She tells me how they completely lied about the incident and said that they had called in just to get a refund on the shipping, but I started yelling and cursing at them. Yes, you heard that right. I guess entitled daughter forgot that I told her the calls were recorded, and when confronted with that, and manager telling them that she had listened to both calls, and I hadn't done what they said I did, entitled mom yells and says she knows our owner, founder of the company, and she'll have both of us fired. At this point, she just plays the recording of her call with them, and it goes something like this. Manager: "Wow, you knew blank? That's amazing." Her voice was sickly sweet, and I couldn't help but laugh. Entitled Mom: "Yes, I do, and I'm calling him right now from my daughter's phone." Sure enough, she calls someone. Definitely not the owner of the company, and has this woman claim to be the owner and tells us that we're both fired and to pack our things immediately. Manager actually laughed at this, like on the phone laughed at this woman. Manager 1: "I'm sorry, ma'am, but you are most definitely not the owner of this company. Our owner-founder is a male, and he unfortunately died a few years ago now. If you had done a quick Google search, you would have known this." She pauses for a moment, as both entitled mom and entitled daughter are sputtering, trying to find a way to pedal out of the mess they made. "If you hold for just one moment, I'll be forwarding you to our corporate office so they can deal with the situation however they choose." So she does, and before she transfers them over, she tells the corporate worker, referred to as CW, the entire situation, and she also laughs at this and tells manager to send them over but to stay on the line, so she can assist just in case our corporate office doesn't have access to our systems, so she couldn't see anything related to the order in question. Entitled mom and entitled daughter once again try and lie, not knowing that manager was still on the call, but corporate worker quickly shuts them down and informs them that they will be canceling their order as well as the shipment of free items I had sent to them. They will be blacklisting both of their online accounts, so they won't be able to purchase from our online site anymore. They once again tried to pull the "I know the owner and I'll have you fired" card, but corporate worker quickly shut that down, as well as informing them again that he had been dead for a few years at this point, but if they were able to contact him from beyond the grave, that they should tell him that corporate worker said hello, and we all miss you, as corporate worker actually knew the owner from his multiple meetings and various other events they held in the past. They hung up pretty quickly after that, and corporate worker and manager had a good laugh about it, while manager canceled the orders and gave corporate worker the information she needed on her end. It felt really good to hear all of this because, as I've stated before, my company is very quick to just give someone whatever they want the second they become irate. I'm glad someone finally put their foot down to at least these two complete a-holes, even if I wasn't the one able to do it. I'm so sick and tired of these people who treat someone in customer service or anyone in general like complete trash because they can't change a policy or do anything at all because it's impossible to do it. I would have been more than happy to help them, even after they yelled, had I actually had something to help them with. This definitely isn't the first time I've encountered entitled people, and I have a ton of other stories I can tell, but I told this one as it was the most recent one that was this bad. Random lady demanded I let her in my house, took my phone, and lied to police. Okay, so first some backstory. I live in a pretty middle-class neighborhood, the kind of place you would expect a golf course next to, full of Honda Civics. Not exactly rich, but sometimes it seems like it. My house is one of the first ones you see when you come into the neighborhood. It's a pretty nice brick house. I always liked the fact that it was right at the entrance, but this day, I did not. So I was sitting on my couch playing Minecraft on my Xbox 360, still a good game, when someone knocked on my door. I thought it would be just some delivery since my parents order a lot of things online. I opened it and said hi. Next thing I knew, some pregnant lady pushed me out of her way and went into my house. I was extremely confused and told her to leave. Notice I'm a scrawny 15-year-old and my parents were gone. This was the following conversation. "Who are you and why are you here?" "I need to use the restroom." Can you please leave my house?" "No, where's your restroom?" "I'm not telling you. Please leave." "I won't leave until you tell me." Ma'am, this isn't a gas station. Leave before I call the police. No, the police can't do anything. I'm your elder and you have to respect me. Ma'am, I really don't. I wish I didn't say that because that made her very mad. Yes, you do. If my daughter does, so do you. I realize her daughter is at my front door, obviously embarrassed. She looks about 4 or 5. Me. Ma'am, I'm not your son. You legally can't do anything to me. I'm gonna call the police if you don't leave now. Do it then. I then pull out my phone and dial 911. This is when the daughter says she likes my phone. I thank her and proceed to call the police when entitled parent snatches my phone and gives it to the kid. Entitled parent, there you go. Enjoy your new phone. Give me my phone back now. No, that's your punishment for being so disrespectful. I then remember the landline in the kitchen. So I say, would you like a drink? If you tell me where the bathroom is. Okay, I'll go get one. I walk to the kitchen and call the police with the landline. I walk back to the entitled parent and say we're out of soda, but the restroom is upstairs to the left. It really isn't, but I was hoping she would look for it while I was waiting for the police. She did look for it for about a minute. Now I want to mention where I live again. Since most of the people in my city live in this neighborhood, a cop going 70 miles per hour will arrive at my house in about 1 to 3 minutes. Thankfully, they came fast. When entitled parent came downstairs, the police were entering my neighborhood. They enter my house and tell me, entitled parent, and her daughter to put our hands up. They pull us out one at a time to question us. I don't know what entitled parent said, but I heard things along the lines of, "He should respect me, he's my son," and "It's my house anyways." When the daughter was asked about the phone, her mom told her to say it was her phone. My parents got home during her questioning. They gave the police the papers saying that I was their son and the house was theirs. They also showed our phone bill saying it was my phone. The last I saw, entitled parent was being arrested and the police calling someone, probably the girl's parents. I don't know what'll happen, but it was a pretty crazy event. Edit and updates. I talked to my mom after posting this and she said that the entitled parent was using the "I have to use the bathroom" scheme to steal from us. What I thought she was doing was looking for the restroom, but she was really looking for small valuables. Thank you so much for watching this video. I really enjoyed making it. Don't forget to tell me what you think about these stories and submit your own story in the comment section below. See you guys in the next video.